Me and my producer, we was getting down before we came on here, y'all. Y'all don't know we was having a party up in here. Good day, everybody. Good day, Mommy. It was so good to see you yesterday. I did a little drive-by to see my mom on our way to pick up Davy. Oh, I got another Davy story for y'all. Good day, Stacy. It's so good to see you, girl. Didn't we have a good Easter Sunday yesterday at Rockland CSL? Oh, it was a good service. Reverend Penny bought it. It was so good. It was so good. Good day, Wayne. Howdy to you. I hope you're doing well. And so welcome, y'all. Welcome. It is Monday, Kate. Yes, it's good morning and good Monday and good day. All of that. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Stacy's like, yes, it was amazing. It sure was. So y'all, I'm just going to give y'all a little warning right up front. I'm a little riled up today. I am a little riled up today. Let me tell you something, Nan. I got to download. Yes, I did. I did get to download. However, the Lord's Prayer just will not let me go yet, y'all. So I still got a little something I have to share about the Lord's Prayer before I could move on. So y'all just humor me a little bit longer with the Lord's Prayer. All right. Is that all right, Pamela? I hope that's all right, Lindsay, because that's where I am right now. And y'all know sometimes these things happen. So let me tell y'all what had happened, right? So this morning I get up and I have a prayer circle with two of my girlfriends, Patricia and Cynthia. And we're doing the Draw the Circle book. You know, Draw the Circle. If you don't know about this, you need to have this in your life, like right now. So it's a 40-day prayer challenge, right? So we get up early in the morning and we say our prayers. We draw our circle and we say our prayers, and then we get off, right? It's like 5 minutes, 5-6 minutes tops. And then I go on and I do my morning practice. And so this morning I'm doing my morning practice, and while I'm doing the 40-day prayer challenge, I start my morning practice with prayer instead of inspirational reading, because I kind of done my inspirational reading by reading the book. Anyway, so I do my prayers, and so I'm praying on my knees, which is something I don't normally do, but with the 40-day challenge, the invitation is to pray on your knees. And so this is my second round of doing this. I already did it for 40 days during Lent, and now I'm doing it again. So today is day 16, and the topic today is Lord, surprise me. Lord, surprise me, right? Oh, it's so good. It's so good, y'all, right? And so I record my prayers during the 40-day prayer challenge, because like when I'm out and about and I just need a word, I just go through my audio and I say, okay. And I press that and I listen to it, while I'm going about my day. So I'm doing that. So I'm recording the prayer and my alarm goes off and it shuts off the recording. So now I got to start all over again, right? So I started over again. This happened three times. I'm telling y'all right now, I turned off every alarm and it was still happening. So then I had to do it all over again. I did it all over again 3 times, praying about, Lord, surprise me. Y'all know God has a good little chuckle over us. Yes, it does. It has a good little chuckle. So I kept imagining God just like, do it again. Do it again, right? So I'm doing it again. Lord, surprise me. I said, okay, God, all right. So then I finished the recording and I go and I read my Science of Mind magazine. So my Science of Mind magazine, y'all, okay? So the Science of Mind magazine has daily guides, daily inspirations. And I'm really excited about April because someone that I know is doing the daily guides. Reverend Karen Wiley. So she's Reverend Jennifer's best friend and her prayer partner. And so she's doing the daily guides. So I said, ooh, it's going to be good. It's going to be good, right? And so here we go. April 5th. I'm just going to read the last sentence in it. Okay? Listen to this, Simone. The last sentence. Your capacity to love will grow in ways that will surprise you. Surprise? Another surprise. Okay. I said, okay, God. All right. Let me finish my morning practice so I can get into my sip, so I can prepare for my sip. So I'm going along, preparing for my sip. Got it all situated. But then the Lord's Prayer is just like whispering, right? I said, no. I gave you 2 weeks. Why are you being so greedy? I gave you 2 weeks. Come on now. It's time to move on. It's like, I got just one more. Just give me one more day. I got a surprise for you. I said, what? You got a surprise for me? Yes, Stacy. I said, okay, God, what is a surprise? And God said, do what I said. I said, oh, no, you didn't say do what I said. Okay, all right, that's how we going to be today. And this is not a reenactment. Like, this is what I really do. So I'm like, okay, God, all right, come on. All right, I'm ready. Come on. So he said, no, just do the Lord's Prayer. Sit at your computer, which I don't do, y'all. I have note cards, right? Just to keep me on track, right? And so these are my note cards from the Lord's Prayer. And this is what I do my morning sip. They're like my cue cards, like on talk shows. So with God saying, no note cards today. Get on your computer. Okay. So I get on my computer and here comes all the Lord's Prayer stuff. Here we go. Then intuition said, check your messages. I'm like, no, I don't have time to check my messages. I got to do morning sip because it's going on 10 o'clock and I'm still in my pajamas. I don't have time for this. So God said, go check your messages. Okay. All right. So I check my messages. And I got 3 questions about the Lord's Prayer. So really 2 questions. And one was just someone just being grateful for the series, right? So I was like, okay, God, all right. We're going to do this. So let's just go do it. Let me put aside what I had planned and let's go into the Lord's Prayer. Maybe for one more day. We'll see, y'all. You'll be surprised. All right. We'll all be surprised. So here we go. So apparently God wants me to really to emphasize these points to you. And I'm clear that it needs to be like really taken in by me, right? I'm clear about this. So this is what I want to share today. I shared during the series that the Lord's Prayer is comprised of 7 petitions, 7 principles, 7 stanzas, right? And so one of the questions that I got was, you said, I love when people reflect back to me what I said. You said, Rev Melissa, that it was 7 stanzas, but this person counted the stanzas that I did over the 2 weeks. They was like, so your morning sip should have only been 7 days, but it was 10 days. So you had 10. I was like, clearly you don't have enough to do. So 10, they said you had 10. So first of all, I didn't have 10, but I understand what they're saying because the first day was just me like giving an introduction to the Lord's Prayer. It really wasn't, we didn't start until Tuesday with Our Father. So they're saying, okay, even if we take that out, that's 9. And I said 7. So, okay. So I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break it down one more time, right? Because if this person needed it, then that means I needed it. And that also means maybe one other person needed it. So that's what we're going to do. Just for a moment, Ron. Good morning. That's what we're going to do. So, okay. All right. So the other thing that I need to say is that the Lord's Prayer is affirmative prayer. It is a spiritual mind treatment. So, those of you know that I am a licensed religious science practitioner. And all that means is that I pray for people affirming the truth of who they are. Because there is nothing to be healed, right? It's only revealing the healing. We are whole, healthy, and complete just as we are. And the revelation of that is what is seeking to come through us, right? Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. There's stuff going on here, y'all. There's stuff going on. So this is the breakdown of the 7. Okay. 1, our Father which art in heaven. So what I did was I just did our Father as 1 and which art in heaven as 2. The Lord's Prayer, that is 1 stanza. Our Father which art in heaven. Okay? All right. So as that relates to a spiritual mind treatment, what is that? That is recognition and unification, right? We are recognizing God as our Father, which art in heaven. We are unifying with that which art in heaven, right? And we know that heaven is the state of consciousness, right? And we know that our Father is a metaphysical representation of like begetting like. Mother, Father, God, that we are all one. We are all related. We are all brothers and sisters, Lisa. Yes? Okay. So what is your state of consciousness is what I asked. Is it heavenly or is it helly? That's right. I said helly. Is your state of consciousness heavenly or helly? All right, now. So it also reminds us that we ain't ordinary. We are significant. We matter. We matter. If we didn't, we wouldn't be here, right? We are God's art. We are God's art. This is the canvas, y'all. And we get to draw and create with God, right? So how are you demonstrating the art within you? Was the question that I asked. 2, hallowed be thy name. Recognition. It is recognizing that God is holy, sacred, worthy to be revealed, right? That your name is God's name. Hallowed be thy name. Our name is God's name. So what is your relationship with that which is holy and sacred? And not just what your relationship is with it. Do you praise? Do you celebrate the holiness that is within you, the sacredness that is within you? Do you praise? Oh, we got to have a praise service. I think that's what we got to have one day. One day, our living life in joy is going to be a praise service because we need to pray. I'm telling you right now, one of the things, here I go. One of the things about New Thought, Centers for Spiritual Living, in a generalized way, I'm making a generalized statement here, is that we don't praise enough. We go and we sit and we take our notes, right? And we get the teachings and then we go, right? Where's the praise? Where's the praise, right? Make a joyful noise. Come on, it's time for us to make a joyful noise. Do you have anything in your life that you feel is worthy of some praise? And I'm here to tell you, if you're breathing, your eyes are open, you have something worthy to be praised today. Yes, Lindsay, girl, we're going to do it. A praise service. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes, yes. Okay, all right. 3, thy kingdom come. Realization, right? Practice letting your kingdom come out every single day. Every single day. Practice every day. Thy kingdom come. Not soon come. Come now, every day, every day. But you got to be in the coming. You got to be in the coming. All right, y'all. 4, Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. And I stress that in, that word, in, within us. Yes, realization again, right? As above, so below. As within, so without, right? All good, all good. Heaven is all good, the highest good. This or something better, right? That's the vibration we're in, right? Thy will be done in earth, in me. I am earth. I am earth. You are earth. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. 5, give us this day our daily bread. Realization, right? We know in spiritual mind treatment that usually the prayer, the meaty part of the prayer is in the realization. The same thing with the Lord's Prayer. The meaty part of it is in the realization. Okay? So, give us this day our daily bread is what? I am resourced by the source. I'm resourced by the source. And I shared that British term of being a daily breader. That's someone who commutes, right? So the 3 C's: commit, commute, and commune with God. That's your 3 C's. You do that every single day. Every single day. Commit to your spiritual practice. Commit to knowing that you are resourced by the source. Commute. Go there, go within, take a journey within yourself. You won't get lost. I'm telling you, you will not get lost. Go within, yes? And commune. Spend some time with the divine that is indwelling within you, that is seeking a relationship with you. Commune with it. Commune with yourself. Ask God. Oh, yes. And while you're there, have some praise. Have some praise. 6, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Realization. Yes, forgiveness is important to our spiritual growth. If you are stuck, a clue is there may be something that you are holding on to. A grudge, the past, a resentment, an upset, something that you are holding on to, right? Because unforgiveness creates pockets of negativity. And who wants that? Who wants pockets of negativity? You go in your pocket and you pull out negativity. Nobody wants that. We want to go in our pocket and pull out grace and ease and positivity, right? So we forgive ourselves, we forgive others, and we set ourselves free. Yes? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And so in the mind of God, ultimately, y'all, in the mind of God, there is nothing to forgive. There's nothing to forgive. There really isn't. But we're on this human journey. And so we practice forgiveness, right? 7. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Realization. So let us be free from that which is keeping us from our purpose. That is the temptation. Anything that is keeping you from your purpose is a temptation that you need to be free from. Okay? And that could be something that is quite mundane, right? Something we could ask ourselves, is what I'm doing right now, does that have anything to do with my purpose? And if the answer is yes, then keep on keeping on. If the answer is no, then you have a conscious choice to make. You have a conscious choice to make, and make it. Continue to do what you're doing, or get up and do that which is in alignment with your purpose. Now, that don't mean you're not going to have fun. If your purpose ain't fun for you, then, I think you need to check it. You need to check it. Because I think some of us have this idea that if we live in our purpose, we got to struggle, that it's going to be hard, that we're going to suffer. No, God did not make us to suffer, y'all. God did not make us to suffer. So, be in your purpose. Be in your purpose. So that's the 7. And remember, on Friday, I said that last stanza, which is not part of the 7, for thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Right? You will find that in Matthew, but you will not find that in Luke. So this was an added conclusion to the prayer. Just like we have in spiritual mind treatment, we have thanksgiving and release. We release it, right? We release it with, and so it is, so be it, ashe, amen, hallelujah. Whatever you do to release your prayers, that is what that last line in the Lord Prayer is. It's a thanksgiving and a release, right? It's the supreme acknowledgement of God's power, right? And it is sealed in faithfulness, sealed in the certainty of the power, the one power that God is. Yes? So that is your 7 stanza. That last one is the conclusion. It's not counted as part of the 7. So I hope that clears that up for the 2 of you who asked me questions related to that. Okay. All right. So then what had happened was I went back into my Bible and my eyes kept going up above the Lord's Prayer. So I was like, why do my eyes keep going up? So this is what I want to share. So in my Bible that I'm referencing is the Life Application Bible. So the words might be a little different from if you have a different version Bible. Somebody asked me about that too, that the King's version is the only version of the Bible that I should be using. I said, well, God bless you for your opinion. So the Life Application Bible is what we're using today. And it says, and when you pray, do not be like hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and on the street corners to be seen by men. I tell you the truth, they have received their reward in full. But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father, who is unseen. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. And when you pray, do not keep on babbling like pagans, for they think they will be heard because of their many words. Do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask him. This is how you should pray. And then we have the Lord's Prayer. Jesus teaching the disciples how to pray. And I know I said at the very top of the Lord's Prayer series that I am not a biblical scholar. I know that there is a opinion that Jesus never said this is how you pray, and that Jesus never recited the Lord's Prayer. I get it. I understand it. That is not the purpose or the intention of the Lord's Prayer. So the invitation is to take what resonates, and whatever doesn't, you can leave it right there at the table. It's all good. It is all good for me. Okay? So Jesus teaches how to pray, right? And sometimes we don't consider that part. We jump straight to the Lord's Prayer, right? But there's information there that is so important for us to incorporate in our prayer time, right? What did Jesus say? Jesus said, when you pray, do not keep on babbling like pagans, for they think they will be heard because of their many words. Jesus said, when you pray, go into your room, close the door and pray to your Father. Go into your room, close the door and pray to your Father. That means Go inside, go within, go into your inner chamber, right? Go in consciousness. Close the door. That means leave out all the worldly things. Close the door. It's just you and me. It's just God and I, right? And pray to your Father, Mother, Father, God, Creator, universal energy, the source, whatever name you have for it, pray to it. Yes. So I just love that. I just love that. And so the other thing that the Lord Prayer gives to us is it's not a beseeching, pleading, begging prayer, right? And I'm telling y'all, sometimes that's how I pray. I'm like, oh God, please help me. Oh my goodness, right? Sometimes we have to go there. But the Lord's Prayer is an affirmative prayer, right? So we don't find what I call the 3 B's, the begging, beseeching, and bargaining. How many of us had those bargaining prayers? Those are good ones, right? Oh God, if you do this, I'll do that, right? Oh, we love those bargaining prayers, right? Oh yes, oh yes. I go there, y'all. I go there. But the Lord's Prayer is a pattern. It is a pattern to guide us into co-creating a prayer that works for us, right? Jesus wasn't saying, pray this prayer. He said, here's an example. Here's a pattern that you can use. Make it your own, right? Go in your room, close the door, and pray to your Father. Make it your own. And so I invited y'all to make the Lord's Prayer your own, right? To create your own Lord's Prayer. And I shared a couple of interpretations of the Lord's Prayer with you all on Friday. So I'm going to make one for myself. I haven't started that process yet, but I am going to do that because I got to give myself a by when. By the end of this month, by April 30th, whoever wants to join me, I will complete my own interpretation of the Lord's Prayer. Okay? It's a path of oneness. The Lord's Prayer is a path of oneness, and your prayers are a path of oneness. Our prayers are our prayers are just as good as the Lord's Prayer. When we follow that pattern, follow the pattern, right? It's like when you sew something, right? I remember when I was little, I would watch my grandmother sew, and she would have her pattern. They would have these pattern books, and she would have her pattern, and she would like trace out the fabric according to the pattern. That's what the Lord's Prayer is inviting us to do. It's giving us something to sew with. It's giving us a pattern that we can use, right? So it's a oneness vibration. It's a path of oneness, a path of communing with God. Yes? It's a path to higher consciousness, to Christ consciousness. Yes? And remember, in the Christian mysticism book, I believe on the first day, I said, illumination of the mind with an infusion of heavenly light, gushing forth of abundance. Is that what your prayers feel like? Does it feel like once you've done your prayers, do you feel like your mind has been illuminated? Do you feel an infusion of heaven, right? Do you feel a gushing forth of God's abundance? How do you feel? What is the feeling tone of your prayers? Yes? And I love Catherine Potter when she said prayer is where the action is. So our prayers are an activity. We don't just pray words. Like Jesus said, right? Don't be a hypocrite and just pray words and then you don't do nothing. You don't take any action, right? Our prayers are alive, breathing things that are seeking expression in this physical realm through us. So what is the activity of your prayer? What does it look like? Yes, it's part of your to-do list. Oh, yes, it is. And I love Emmett Fox when he said, the Lord's Prayer is a compact formula for the development and nourishment of the soul. It is a guide to how we can live a more fulfilling and abundant life. Look at the pattern. Look at the pattern and create your own, right? The purpose of the Lord's Prayer is not to change God, but to change ourselves. To change ourselves, right? And I shared one day last week that if you think that you're not going in the right direction, stop and go within. The direction that we are going is inner direction. I no longer say, what's the right thing for me to do? Mm-mm. There's no right, there's no wrong, right? What's the inner thing? What is it that I need to get in touch with within myself? And then take action from that place with that wisdom. The wisdom is within us. The Tao Te Ching says what? The treasure is within us, not without. Within, as within, so without. So that's where we start. And that's where our prayers start. All prayers start from within us. And the Lord's Prayer is a pattern that Jesus gifted us so that we can use and make our own. So that is the invitation. That is the intention of the Lord's Prayer series. It is what I shared as my metaphysical watering on my Christian roots. And so I think I am complete with this. Or we'll be surprised. Or we'll be surprised. All right, y'all. All right. So tomorrow we'll see what happens. We might have a new series. We might not. We'll see. We'll see. I'll surprise you. So I am Rev Melissa. I am an ordained interfaith minister. I am a licensed religious science practitioner, and I am a purpose coach. And that Triune is my ministry of joy, where I support people in living life in joy, connected to their yes. So if you need support with your inner guidance, with your inner direction, reach out to me and we can set up some time to have a consultation one-on-one. You can DM me and I will get right back to you. All right, y'all. So we're living life in joy, connected to our yes. All right. It's time for some joy news. It's time for some joy news. All right, y'all. So I'm going to be quick because that was more than a sip. That was a gulp. So as you can see, I'm back in my studio and we had a wonderful time in New Orleans. We went to this wonderful museum. And y'all can't see the full shirt, but I have on one of their t-shirts. It's called Jamnola. And it was fabulous. So if you ever get to New Orleans, check out that museum. It's about joy, art, and music. So you know they have me on the first word, joy. And it is that. It's a joy experience. So this week, please, what is happening this week? I was so wrapped up in that I didn't write out my cue card for some joy news. All right. Let's see. Oh, meditation with the moon, y'all. So the new moon is coming up April 12th. Mark your calendars. Meditating with the moon, 4 a.m. right here on New Thought Media Network. So not on Zoom. We're right here on New Thought Media Network. So wherever you're watching me right now is where Meditating with the Moon will be occurring. Okay. April 12th, 4 a.m. Okay. Sunday, living life in joy. We had a great time yesterday. My special guest was Sunday in Praise. So we was talking about Easter and resurrection. And the question was, what are you resurrecting in your life? What is seeking to be resurrected in your life, right? Because the crucifixion is over, right? We are in the rising. We are in the rising. Thank you, producer. What are you resurrecting for yourself? And you could use the Lord's Prayer to guide you in answering that question. Yes? So this Sunday, living life in joy, We're back with a special guest. Her name is Imanya Jubilee, and she is awesome. She calls herself a life influencer. So we're going to get into all of that on Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. So please join me for the next episode of Living Life in Joy. Okay. Please continue to support my podcast, Sit with Rev Melissa. You can check that out on your favorite podcast platform, Apple, Spotify, Alexa, on Amazon. And I am currently uploading additional episodes of the Spiritual Partnership series. Okay? Please support my Joy line, which supports my ministry of joy, with my Sip Joy mugs and my t-shirts. Connect to your yes and live life in joy. There's some members of my congregation of joy. That's my cousin Denise. She's the one who was cat sitting for us, cat sitting Davy for us. Also, I mentioned that at the top of the show. So let me just share just a little bit. So yesterday I shared about what a chore it was to get the cat into the carrier case, and how he kept one leg stuck out when I put the food in, right? So listen to yesterday's Living Life in Joy, and you'll get the whole story. I'm not going to repeat it again. So, of course, we go to pick him up yesterday, and we was trying to get him into the carrier, right? So what did we do, right? So we went and got food, and we put it in the carrier because it worked the last time. Oh, no. That Davey was like, oh, no. You think I'm a fool? Oh, no, I will not be falling for that again. He would not go into that carrier, not even for food. And you know, cats and dogs, they will go for some food every time. That cat was like, no. He like turned around and walked away. So, but I was like, that's such like life, right? It's such like life. Sometimes we keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, thinking that we're going to get a different result, right? No, we got to change it up. We got to change it up. If we want something different, we got to do something different. So, oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, let me go back to Davey. So I was like, okay, y'all. And this went on for like an hour. We was trying to get this cat. I tried to stuff him in there. He was not having it. So I said, okay, this is what we got to do. We're going to have to carry Davey out the house, not in his carrier. And my girls was not having it. They was like, what if he jumps out of your arms and he runs away? What if he jumps and he gets hit by a car? What if? And I said, okay, girls, we don't live in the land of what if. We're going to focus that we're going to get this cat in the car, and that's what's going to happen. So let's all be of one mind. They was like, okay, mommy. So Denise carried Davey. She had him tight. I got the car. We opened the door. She got him in the car. She put his like little bed. He has like this little bed. She covered that on him so he wouldn't run around. We all jumped. The girls jumped in the car. We closed the doors and we were gone. Davey had a fit. He was having a panic attack, the poor cat, and he was just all over the car. And I was like, just let him be. As long as he didn't get up on the dashboard, which he did one time and I couldn't see. But he only did that once. And he just meow, 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 and was panting and was just like in such duress. But as soon as we got to our block, it was as if he knew that he was going to be home soon and that everything was going to be okay. So I got him out the car. He didn't fuss. He didn't struggle or anything. He was just like, okay. And we got him home and he was just like, thank you. He turned around. He sat there. He looked at us. Each one of us looked at each one of us like he was like, I'm going to remember this. Y'all got to go to sleep at some time. So there's a Davey story for y'all. And just take out that little nugget. You want a different result? You got to do something different. All right, y'all. So we're going to do a Hero Hoodies update tomorrow because we're at 40 minutes already. So peace and blessings, peace and justice. We're living life in joy. connected to our yes.